Today is Friday, October 3rd, and yeah, I think what I wanted to talk about today was something that I've sort of been feeling lately, but the point in this process that I'm at right now is that I sort of like constantly feel like an imposter. Like, I just keep having all these like sort of like roadblocks in my mind about this album, and I keep feeling like I'm literally slamming into a wall, and like keeps like lights are flashing in my mind, and it's like, you're doing this wrong. And that's sort of something that I'm not really sure how to move past, you know? And it's not like, here's the thing, it's not like anything is even happening to sort of like trigger those feelings, and I sort of know that it's all in my head, but it's like really intense, and it's hard to keep going despite feeling like that. And don't get me wrong, like I'm still going, like I keep going, and I keep working, and I keep doing what I need to do, but it's getting a lot harder. It's a lot more stop and go than what it felt like at the beginning of this like whole process. And I don't think I'm necessarily doing anything wrong. Oh my gosh, look at this. Literally, as I'm talking about this, there's an inchworm. Please stop focusing on that. There's an inchworm literally crawling up this chair as I'm talking about like pulling myself back up again. That's actually crazy if you think about it. Wow. You know, it sort of feels like every time I need a sign, it shows up. I just think that's crazy. I'm literally sitting here talking about, you know, I could literally drop everything and give up. And then I literally look over there and there's an inchworm. Sounds stupid, but I mean, I have a whole song called Inchworm, and literally the whole point is, you know, just inch yourself back towards what you need. I'm honestly shocked. I know that's not really a crazy thing, but I mean, I'm sitting here thinking about what's the next step, and it turns out the next step is to just keep going, you know. It might not be progress that comes in waves and like throws me towards the finish line of this thing, but every day I get a little bit closer to being where I want to be. And I think that just really honestly made me feel better. I don't need to rush towards the end of this and force myself to put this album out just because, you know, I feel like I have some sort of obligation. I can take my time and, you know, eventually I will get there. I think I already talked about this once, like getting sort of stressed since I'm like sort of up at this like deadline that I made for myself, but I think if I just sort of forget about that and keep going and just keep working and keep believing that I'm gonna get there, then I will eventually. So I guess that's my thoughts of the week. You know, I don't have any like big news or anything about the album. I mean, I've started exporting demos this week. I exported the first 5 like final demos, not the final demos, just like the final in parentheses version 1. I want to get all the tracks, like a solid demo done, so I can sort of figure out the track list and cut the last couple songs that I need to cut. And, you know, I'm working towards that slowly, so I think I'm gonna be okay. I think I get in my head a lot and it doesn't really do me any good. I think it's fine to just coast sometimes. I don't know. I don't really have much to say today. I just, you know, I'm going, you know. Life's hard, but you just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Whenever I feel like this, I don't ever feel down forever. I know I'll be happy again in probably like 5 minutes, but it's just about like reminding myself that, I guess. So that's all for this week. Hopefully I get back into it soon enough and have more to talk about. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening, and I will see you next week. Bye. So, today is Friday, October 10th, and before I get started, I'm gonna walk over here and show our decorations for Halloween. Gotta flip my camera around real quick. So this is the entrance. You've got lights, caution tape, everything. These are all lights here, and there's like a string that goes over the path. You can see it a lot better at night. Light, this spider. This whole thing over here is like a curtain of lights that all turns like orange. We've got graveyard down there. This is where I film my videos. Ghost, skeleton, hammocks, and swings. So that's that. Just wanted to explain, because if you see random like skulls in the background, that's why. So anyway, I look like I have been working hard today. This week was like long, but I'm about halfway done exporting the demos for my album. About halfway done overall, I guess. Actually added a song today that I already had cut previously, but I forgot that I already cut it, and I finished working on it, and I liked it, so I added it back. And we'll see if it makes it through the second round of cuts later on. But yeah. So that's what I was just doing now. I filmed my covers last week, so I didn't have to. Actually, no, I didn't. I filmed them on Monday. So I don't have to worry about that right now, but I have to start learning something new for next Friday. But anyway, that's sort of what's happening. I'm just still in the process of working on the production of my songs, and basically the same thing I've been doing. I feel like every week I have less and less to talk about, because, you know, it's just the same process. I'm just working on the album, and there's not much to say because nobody has heard it, and I don't really have any feedback to go off of. It's just me. So yeah, I don't want to like make these videos shorter and shorter like on purpose or anything, but I really have nothing much to say, because I'm just sort of continuing the same process that's been happening for months at this point, and it's just about going and seeing where it takes me. So, not much to say this week. I feel like next week is gonna be a bit busier though, because, or at least I'll have more to talk about, because the demos that I've been exporting right now, I've sort of already finished working on those songs, but I have I have like 7 songs left that I really haven't worked much on, so I feel like next week I'll be able to talk about those more, because this week felt sort of boring. But anyway, that's what's happening. My life is pretty, normal. So, that's all I have to say. So anyway, I will keep going, and I will see you next week. Bye! Hello. Today is Friday, October 17th, I think. I just looked and I already forgot. And first of all, I'm standing here because it's like the only place that still has sun, and it's cold in the shade. So I'm just sort of standing by the wall right now. I think I got a lot done this week. What was I just gonna say? Oh, it was starting to feel difficult to get myself to work on these last couple songs just because I know I'm almost at the end, and it sort of feels like I'm having to force myself to work, and it's like I don't know how much to put in each day of myself. So I started this week saying I'm literally just gonna work for an hour. I'll sit down, I'll look at the time, I'll say in an hour I'll stop, and that sort of forces me to like work harder because I know I'm only going to be working for an hour at a time, and I think I've got a lot more done this week compared to the last couple weeks, just because I'm setting aside the time to really focus on what I need to focus on. So that's what I've been doing. I recorded a couple covers. Yeah, and I've been thinking about this album. But actually, I've already been thinking about what I'm gonna do next, because since I finished a couple months ago when I said I was done writing for this album, I've already written a few more songs, and I haven't set out time specifically for writing, but there's been a couple times where I just like had to write because that's how I sort of process things. And so I have a few songs that I've written since I have been working on this album, and I kind of already know what I'm going to be doing next, which is exciting because for a while I thought, I'm working so hard on this album and I'm not really sure what I do after this. Like, I don't know, I just have been sort of thinking about that, and now I'm a little bit calmer about that because I already, even without trying, have been writing just because that's what I needed to do. So yeah, here's someone. This is Grammy. You saw me crying when they left, and then you did the same yourself. You said you just needed some. She doesn't have anything to say. So yeah, that's what I've been feeling this week. I have 5 songs left that I need to finish the demo for, and then I'm really excited because I'm gonna put them all on a playlist and listen to the album and see what I need to do after that. I already know there's some things I'm gonna have to change. There's some songs that I need to re-record some things, but I figured I'd finish all the demos first and then go back and make a list of what needs to be changed, and I can do them all at once instead of one thing at a time. I think that'll be easier. And yeah, so thanks for watching. That's probably it for this update, and maybe I'll have more next week, maybe I won't. Looks like this month is going to be pretty slow. So see ya. Bye. See you next week. Hello. Today is Friday, October 24th. And I actually got a lot done this week. I only have finished 1 demo so far. That's not true. Anyway, I don't know how many I finished this week, but I've been working on everything, and the last couple songs that I have to work on are all almost finished. So by the end of next week, which is the end of October, I will be done with the first demos of every song on this album, which means next weekend, I'm gonna have all of my demos ready, and I'll have time to listen to them all and to make notes and to figure some stuff out. and I'm really excited because I haven't listened to them all, you know, at once. I haven't listened to them in order, and I'm ready to like make some decisions about, you know, which songs are gonna get cut and everything. So it's almost time for that. I've got like 3 demos left to finish. 2 of them I need to re-record some stuff, because it's not good, because I changed things, so it's not like matching up now. And then one, well, that one I might need to record too. My most problematic, you know, recordings are the ones that I left myself with because I worked on all the easy stuff first. So that's what I have to do. And well, hopefully I'll finish by next week, but even if I don't get the re-recording parts done, I'm gonna still cut the demos because I have other demos that I've already exported, and I have other things that I need to re-record, so that'll be November, is re-recording and editing things that I need to fix. But I'm trying to get the demos out because I know I'm going to be cutting more songs anyway, and I don't want to spend so much time re-recording things and working on those songs if they're not even going to make it. So please, you're scratching me. So that's what I need to do. I'm probably about to go inside and finish, or at least work on them, you know, once I go in. So it's almost time. I'm almost done with demos. And then after that, it's only a matter of time before I finish editing and wrap everything up. So please. So that's the plan. I can't believe how fast this year has gone by and how much work I've done. But I'm proud of myself for all of it, even days where I didn't do much or I was slacking off, because please. But I'm just proud of the way everything has been turning out so far, and I can't wait to see what it looks like when it's all done. This is soda, by the way. There's another one. Please. Oh my gosh, I can't even sit up. The chair is wrapped open and it's eating me. There's Big Larry. So anyway, I have to go because these cats are literally eating me alive. And I have to go inside and work on my demos. So hopefully next week the update is that I'm finished and I'm moving on to the next step. So we'll see if I actually accomplish that in time. And I will talk to you next week. Bye. Hello. Today is Friday, October 31st, and I actually remembered that this time because it's Halloween. And I have exciting news today because this week I finished all 18 demos for my album and listened to the whole thing in order for the first time, and it was actually good. It was really good. And I have like already like a list of things that I need to like fix, But surprisingly, that list isn't as long as I thought it was going to be right off the bat. Like, I am shocked at how good it sounds, and there's not actually much I want to change about it, which is the problem, mostly because that means I have 18 songs and I don't want to get rid of any of them, but 18 songs is kind of too many. So that's my next challenge, is deciding what I'm going to do about that. Because genuinely, I can't like decide. I really like every song, and it's already 2 more songs than I originally was planning on producing out of the ones that I wrote this year. And yeah. So my problem, contrary to what I thought my problem was going to be, which was that it was going to suck and I was going to have to make so many changes that it was just never going to like happen, but I actually have so many songs that I like that I don't know what to get rid of. And I'm taking that as a happy challenge because I'm so glad that that's the way that it's worked out so far. Also, just remember this, but last year today, it was on Halloween, was when I had been writing for the first time in a while, and it was the first time I sent some of my songs to my family and made them listen to them since like high school. And so yeah, that was a year ago. I sent those songs to my family and I was like, basically this is what I'm gonna do and I'm gonna write an album. Well, I don't know if I decided that by that point, but I'm pretty sure I had. And a year later, I've written 30 plus songs. I have been producing them. I have 18 finished demos in a playlist on my phone right now that I think are really good and I can't stop listening to them. So I think it's definitely worked out really good. If you hear weird noises, there's a cat under me scratching. They're playing with that. I'm on the pool deck. The pool is not clean right now because it's Halloween. It's about to be winter, so we're not going to touch that again until next year. And we might get a new one next year because this one has been falling apart for like 4 years. Anyway, all month long I have been so stressed about finishing these demos and thinking that they all sucked and thinking that there was going to be so much that I was going to have to edit and so many things that I was going to have to fix that there was no way I could possibly finish this album this year. But after listening to them all, I am a lot more confident that I'm going to be able to get this done. I mean, obviously there's things I need to fix and, you know, it's mostly mixing issues and a few just recordings that didn't turn out the way I hoped. But the first challenge is cutting songs and figuring out which ones I'm keeping, and then I can figure out what I need to fix on those. But I really, I don't know. I thought it was going to be a lot easier to pick which songs were going to stay, but every time I listen to one, I'm like, oh, well, this obviously has to stay. But then I do that for every song, and then I still have 18 songs on the list, and I haven't gotten rid of anything yet. So we'll see how that goes. The other thing I was thinking about yesterday was that all month long I've sort of felt like I'm not getting anything done and I'm not really accomplishing much and whatever. But since it's the end of the month, I was exporting all my videos to my hard drive. And after doing that, I was just looking through, because I have a folder for each month. And I can, whenever I do that, I can really see like all of my effort like sitting there right in front of me. Like I have this whole folder of this month of all the covers that I filmed and all of these videos that I filmed, and like I can just see my effort like looking at me. And I did that, and plus I was exporting all my demos onto my phone, and I had this whole list of 18 completed songs, and I was just like wow, I actually did a lot this month despite feeling like I wasn't doing enough. And so that's sort of where I'm at with that. I've sort of really been feeling this whole idea of when things feel really difficult, that is like the moment that you're about to like really do something great, because this month has been probably the most stressful month I've had working on this album, and I felt the least productive and I felt the least confident about everything. And now that I made it through and I stuck with it even when, you know, it was really hard and I didn't want to do it at some times, but you know, I stuck with it, and now I'm probably the most proud and excited I've been about this project since I literally started. And I would not feel that way if I didn't keep working as hard as I did, even when I didn't really want to, or when I felt like it wasn't good enough. Like, it's super cheesy, but like you just literally have to keep going. You cannot quit when things are hard, because then you're gonna miss out on feeling like the greatest like pride in yourself. Like, I'm so proud of myself. And I'm so excited to finish this album. And the whole time I was listening to it, I don't know how to hold this without putting my finger in front of the camera, clearly. But I was listening to the album last night, and I just kept thinking, I can't wait for everybody to hear it. Like, not that everybody entails a lot of people, but I can't wait for my family to hear this and for them to, you know, see what I've been doing all this time. And I sent them the like voice recordings of all 30 something songs when I finished them around like June or something. But I can't wait for them to hear how it actually sounds now that it's almost finished. I keep wanting to just like send them all the demos right now, but I think it will be more fun to wait and show them the actual like finished product when I've got a like name for it. That's also something that I need to figure out, is what this album is going to be called. I have a few ideas. Nothing has really like hit me as being like the one, but I've got a few. I've got one that might make it, but it seems kind of basic. What do you think? Grammy? She does not care about me. She was in my videos this week because I was recording back there in the woods, and she wouldn't leave me alone, and I couldn't make her stop climbing all over me, so she's just in the videos. But anyway, gosh, it's already been 11 minutes. I've been struggling to make these videos this month because I have really had not much to say, and that's because I was so stressed and like not feeling very confident about everything. But I'm just so glad I kept going. And I mean, this whole year, like, it was probably like a year ago, it was October something, I have like a paper where I like detailed the plan for I'm gonna make an album next year, and it was like January through June I'm writing a song every week, and then production, and then this and that, and literally like I did it. Like, I didn't quit. I literally stuck with my plan, and I believed in myself even when I didn't really like believe in myself, but I just sort of faked it sometimes, and I think it worked. So I literally, I need to move because I'm getting, my arm is getting tired. But I'm just so excited. Like, I feel like I'm not even saying anything. I just keep saying that I'm excited over and over, but that's because I'm just really proud of myself. And I'm just like, I'm just excited. And I guess I have nothing else to say besides that, so I should probably end this. But that's it for November. I guess next month is gonna be a lot of, I don't even know, wrapping up of this album, editing, fixing things, choosing the songs, the title, the cover, which I might have already done, but yeah. So that's it for me for October for this album, and I will see you next month, and thank you for watching so far. And you know, if you're still watching at this point, then that means you believed in me even when I didn't. So thank you, and that's it for me. I'm not gonna say anything else. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Love you. Bye.